Day, Junior Tuckies, and to anybody else who might be tuning in. Welcome to this English home language lesson for grade 10. Today we will have a strong focus on writing because we are looking at the structure of a novel with a special focus on tone, style, the narrator, and catalysts. This is the activity lesson, so we are going to do some practice examples together. My name is Miss Langtree, and I can't wait to get started with you. Okay, so first things first, just something um, that the kids these days like to call manifesting or envisioning your future and then making a plan to work towards it. It's called You Set the Tone. Give 3 adjectives for your dream dressing style. Okay, oh, my dream dressing style: colorful, um, elegant and feminine. That's just my personal dressing style that I try to achieve. 3 adjectives that you would use to describe your perfect bedroom: um, light, breezy, and my favorite color is blue. So blue. Use 3 words to describe your ideal lifestyle: um, relaxed, stress-free, and fun. Fun. I'm curious to see what you would say. But yes, basically, you set the tone, you set the attitude for your life. Okay, and if you study, work hard, and refuse to give up on your dreams, there's just simply nothing that you cannot accomplish. There's always a means to an end. Okay, now let's move on to activity 2. For each of the following passages, identify the tone, style, and type of narrator. So I'm going to read these, and I encourage you to pause at this stage and to do it yourself, because in the next slide I'll be giving you the answers, but I want you to try by yourself, otherwise you won't learn anything, will you? Okay, 2.1. I'm not sarcastic. I'm just intelligent beyond your understanding. 2.2. Call me Ishmael. Some years ago, never mind how long precisely, having little or no money in my purse and nothing particular to interest me on shore, I thought I would sail about a little and see the watery part of the world. It is a way I have of driving off the spleen and regulating the circulation. That is an extract from Moby Dick by Herman Melville, a true classic about a whale. 2.3. Dark spruce forest frowned on either side of the frozen waterway. The trees had been stripped by a recent wind of their white covering of frost, and they seemed to lean toward each other, black and ominous in the fading light. A vast silence reigned over the land. The land itself was a desolation, lifeless, without movement, so lone and cold that the spirit of it was not even that of sadness. That's from White Fang by Jack London, another brilliant tale. 2.4. I am invisible, understand? Simply because people refuse to see me. Like the bodiless heads you see sometimes in circus sideshows, it is as though I have been surrounded by mirrors of hard, distorting glass. When they approach me, they see only my surroundings, themselves, or figments of their imagination, indeed, everything and anything except me. Okay, guys, so answer those questions for me, please. Okay, 2.1. I'm not sarcastic, I'm just intelligent beyond your understanding. The tone could be snarky, which is kind of when someone's trying to be funny but in a mean way. And he is being kind of mean because he's saying, I'm so intelligent, like you don't even understand. Okay? Rude. It's a rude thing to say to somebody. You're basically saying they're so stupid that you don't realize how smart I am, or whatever. Humorous and witty, absolutely. This line, I think, was intended to make you laugh, and it is very clever in its own kind of mean way. And sarcastic, you could definitely say, because sarcasm, guys, is when someone says the opposite of what they mean. And when she's saying, I'm not sarcastic, I'm just intelligent beyond your understanding, I really think that she is being very sarcastic. I think that, well, they are sarcastic. Okay, and the reason why I'm justifying all of the words that I say, it's because you often, in fact, always, unless it's for 1 mark, and even if it is for 1 mark, just explain and elaborate as to why you've used that specific adjective to describe the tone, and make sure that the marker understands your thought pattern. Because it's one thing to say, oh, witty. Why? Okay, you might not get the mark. You might risk, getting nothing if you don't say, well, it's witty because they've used a clever um, angle to tell a joke at the expense of this person. Okay, the style: expository, humorous, sarcastic. Okay, it's exposing this character to us for sure. Type of narrator: first person narrator. It's saying, I'm not sarcastic, I'm just intelligent. Okay? We don't know if it's omniscient because we don't know what the other characters are thinking, so just say first person narrator. Call me Ishmael. Okay, so 2.2. All right, the tone is light-hearted, informative, adventurous, and humorous. The reason why I said it's quite humorous is because of that last line. It is a way I have of driving off the spleen and regulating the circulation, like he's saying, oh, well, I need to go explore the ocean for my health. It's a way of just regulating. I think it does regulate you and your happiness, and it helps you find more balance and perspective, but it definitely doesn't have physiological effects. So that's why I sort of found it quite humorous. And quite light-hearted. It's very informative in the sense that we're learning a lot about him. Okay, we know his name's Ishmael. We know that he didn't have any money. We know that he decided to go into the sea because nothing interests him on shore. Like we're getting a lot of information about this person, so that's why I said informative, adventurous for sure. Okay, an adventurous tone. It's definitely about to about to all happen. It's about to be an adventure, and we're just along for the ride. Okay. Style and narrative style. He's definitely telling his story. Expository again. Okay, we are exposed to new elements. And autobiographic. A biography is a novel that's written about someone else. And an autobiography is something that you write about yourself. Just something to note, guys. Just something to note. Type of narrator. Once again, we have a first person narrator. Okay, so in 2.3, it's very different. It's very dark. It's meant to make you see that there's suspense. It's quite scary. It's quite eerie. Okay, and eerie and scary are quite similar. It brings a shiver down your spine. It's a bit creepy. Ominous is a fantastic word, and it's definitely a word that you should know when you're in grade 10 for grade 11 and 12, and that means that you feel like something bad is about to happen. Okay, I'm not sure if you've watched any scary movies, hopefully not, but they always do the stupid things, and you just know that something bad is going to happen. Like the kids are outside and they see a haunted house, and people have said, oh, I got chased by a ghost in there. And what do? They decide to open the door and go inside. You have an ominous feeling. You go, jinkies, this is not going to be good. Okay. Style. Style is very descriptive. Okay. It's not narrative because nothing's happened. He's just describing everything that he is seeing. And that is why it's an omniscient narrator, because they know everything about the surrounding area. They know everything. Okay. And how would they know that if it was just someone like you and me? Anyway, the style is descriptive, ominous, and suspenseful style. I do think that you should write these words down. They are words I use all the time for tone and style. That and sarcastic and humorous, very, very, very common adjectives that are used in this sort of setting. Okay, knows every detail of the surrounding area and also how the characters are feeling. Oh, at the end of this paragraph it says Scott felt a shiver. So that's why it's just another added thing. But yeah, basically, the fact that they know every detail about the surrounding area definitely shows that he is omniscient and all-seeing. Okay, 2.4, I Am Invisible. It's the most beautiful novel, The Invisible Man. If you ever get your hands on it, I strongly suggest you read it. The tone is really sad and lonely and frustrated, I think. Um, Perhaps he's trying to make you laugh when he's saying, like, I'm just a floating head in a circus sideshow. I personally just think he's just being explanatory. He's trying to describe his life and how people see him in the best detail possible. I don't think he's trying to make you laugh. I think he's trying to make you understand that this is serious. This is quite emotional for him, and it's quite heavy, and perhaps he's quite angry about this too. Okay. That everyone just doesn't see him. They kind of see fragments of themselves in him and things like that. The style is very descriptive. It's very expository, okay, and it's very persuasive. You are seeing it from his point of view. And the narration is first person narration. Okay, if you guys had different adjectives, that's fine. As long as you, well, first of all, say your explanation to the teacher to check. But if you've got a reasonable explanation for why you've got picked up this attitude, why you picked up this sort of style that they're trying to present to the world, then okay, then it's fine. And that marks the end of our activity video. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I will see you soon.